Hey guys, welcome to Tiny House Customs. I'm Dan. Now this is a mini series within a large series. This is part one where I start making the door frame. So let's get started on that project. Ready? Go. So before I start my door frame, I need to make sure this door is perfectly square. It's within a 1/16 right now, but some of these are running a little bit long and I just want to clean it all up and make it perfectly square and everything nice and straight. So what I'm going to do now is plane the sides once or twice. I'll have to plane the top, which is going to be kind of a pain, but I'll show you what I do there. And then we can start the door frame. So you've seen me use this power planer. Basically it's got two blades on it that spin real fast and it planes the surface smooth. This plate right here is adjustable, so you can bring it up or bring it down, and this is stationary.
I hate that safety on it. It pisses me off.
So I'm going to set it down to its lowest setting, and then I'm going to come up just one click. And I'm just going to plane this edge. I really should put it on the ground. Now the key with one of these tools is to not stop. I want to go in one clean shot. If I stop, I'm going to get a burn on it.
Looks good to me.
Today's Thursday, so I just had a video go live today. I love Thursdays. Well, now it's Sundays and Thursdays, but actually right now it's not Sundays and Thursdays, but by the time this video comes out, it will be Sundays and Thursdays. The video that went out today was the one where I hooked up the power to the tiny house at the new location. I'm gonna guess it's close to 2 or 3 months ago. So on this one, this piece right here is a little high, so it's sticking out. So I'm going to plane this. Now when I plane it, I don't want to plane all the way through because it'll chip off this end here. So I need to come in half and come in this way. And I need to be careful that I don't end up with like a V or something. So
don't worry, it's been years since you've gotten any V.
Right here I got a lot of epoxy that came out. So I'm just going to take a hand planer. Just knock it down. That's nice and straight. I don't know how square it is. Square? I mean, it's really not that bad. So I picked out the 4 pieces that are going to be used to go around the door for my door frame. This will be my base plate, and then I've got 2 which will be the vertical pieces, and then I've got the mistake I made earlier on that beadboarding in the base of the door.
You are a living mistake.
I got that piece here which I can use for that, and then I still have a ton of mahogany left over, and if all goes well, I might make Peanut a doggy door. That would be cool, right? Maybe. Just a real quick silent video with music.
Instead of making me a doggy door, why don't you make yourself a house, okay? Because this damn dog house is only big enough for me.
So if you watched, I believe, part 1, I went over where I picked out the material that I was going to use, and this is that piece that's got all those imperfections on it. So this piece will end up being my hinge side. Whichever side is worse, which this side is, will be the outside, and this will be the inside. Yes, this is filmed out of series. This is actually the glue up from the last episode. So all these boards so far have been straight line cut. I need to rip them all to length, which is going to be the first thing I do. So I'm going to set my blade height. I'm just going to set it up so it's about, I'm going to go about 3/16 above the material that I'm cutting. So right now I got to figure out the thickness of my door jamb. Now I know I have 2x4 walls with a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood, so that's going to be 3.5 inch for the 2x4, and then a 1/2 inch for the plywood, so that's 4 inches. Plus I want the door frame to go into the house 3/4 of an inch because I'm going to be doing 3/4 inch tongue and groove, I believe pine on the inside. So I need to add 3/4 to that. So 4 3/4. Now I'm going to add a 1/16 to that measurement just in case I have some imperfections. When I do my trim, you won't notice if it's coming in or out a 1/16. It'll end up being a 32nd on the inside and a 32nd on the outside, so it won't be noticeable. If it was short, I feel like it would be more difficult to fix that problem. So I'm going to cut it at 4 11/16, which is a 1/16 over 3/4, right? 1/16 over 11. No, you're wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it at 4 13/16, which is a 1/16 of an inch more than 4 3/4.
Oh God, this saw is crap.
4 13, just a hair strong. 4 and 13, just a hair strong. So, my blade height's set. My fence is set. I can rip this down. You know what? I'm not happy with that. I'm glad I tested that. Ah, you already are screwing up. You just live to screw up, don't you? You love it. You're like, let me screw up today.
Yeah, I've been trying to poison you for years, and I just keep screwing that up. It must run in our families.
So since I already put a groove in this, and it's got a tongue in it, and I need to basically take the middle of this piece out, I'm just going to rip an inch off this real quick. So I set up my fence so that it's, oh, you're dusty. You know what I got? I got something for you. I got something for you. Look at that. All right, so I set my fence up so that it is 4 and 13/16 from the blade. Checked it, both the front and back. Made sure it was good. I also have this test piece that I ran a little bit ago, which ended up being a little short. So I'm just gonna sight it, and I got the same distance here. Make it just a hair longer. So I'm gonna cut this top piece 4 and 13/16. So that is ripped to length. God, what happened there? That is ugly. That's gonna take some work to get out. So now I still have to cut this to length, but it is ripped to the correct width. So this piece is done for the table saw at least. I don't have the room to rip these bad boys. So when I pick these boards up, I got them straight line cut. So they have a straight edge on one end, and then this is that rough edge here. So I'm gonna make sure that I have my straight line edge on my fence, and I'm gonna rip these to the length. Now, I'm in confined spaces. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. That is perfect.
Oh, excellent. I hear a gas leak. I'm going to leave. You stay in here, okay?
This is gonna be like 50% successful. Uh-oh. Good thing you ran a test. That's gonna be in the way. You know how hard it is to get back there? Nearly impossible. That was a surprisingly very nice cut. Check it. 4 3/4. God, what happened? Well, looks like we got a 4 3/4 piece, which is exactly what we need. So we can't do too much work on that piece anymore. So on the bottom of the door, I'm going to use this huge piece of 2 by whatever, it's like 5 or 6 inches. Now, I'm kind of unsure as to how I want to do the base of this piece. I know I'm going to put a taper in the last few inches of it, so my door will shut on a flat surface. I'm going to do a real small door stop on the bottom with chamfers on both sides of it, and then this will taper down about a 1/2 inch in about 2 inches. So what is this? 4 3/4. I'm gonna end up wrapping the door in some 1x4 PVC 4/4, and I kind of don't want it on the bottom of the door. If anything, I want it below the door, because if it was on top of it, this is hard to explain, but if it was on top, it's gonna catch stuff, and that's gonna end up getting really dirty. So I kind of want this base of the door to extend past where the trim is. So the trim will go underneath the piece. So I'm gonna leave this thing at this length. It's probably gonna end up being just a hair short. You're damn right it's gonna be a hair short. You know, things that you didn't think about way earlier are now becoming problems, but that's okay. I'm cleaning a lens. I've never done that. I've never cleaned a lens. What the hell are you doing? So the thickness of my door is 1 3/4. So I'm gonna measure in 1 3/4. My door stop is gonna be, let's go, 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches would look nice. Yeah, I like it like that.
Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me. Lean back like a motherfucker or something like. I don't know the words to this song. Come on.
1.5 inches. So from here, I want to go 3 1/4 inches from here to this point. That's where I want my taper to start. And I want it to be 3/4 down. So I'm going to remove this right here. set the angle to, let's guess, 15 degrees perhaps. Let's run tests. We can work up to it, eh? I ended up screwing up a little bit, but that's all right. That's pretty good. So I nailed my mark down here somehow. That was a miraculous thing. But my angle was off just a little bit. This was about a 1/4 inch off. I could have went on a steeper angle, but I kind of like that. My base piece, I'll probably end up just doing 1.25 inches now. Probably just 1 inch.
Like everything in your life, just 1 inch.
Yeah, I'll run those down. No, 1 inch doors. I'd like a little beefier. We'll see. But that's good. Good for now. Now I gotta cut this to length as well. But I can tell you that it's within 1/8 inch already. I mean, that was a pretty decent cut. I have one screw up right here. But I'm not even gonna use the power planer on that because it's good enough. I'm gonna power plane that a little bit. And that can be sanded. Zippity, 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 zippity. I still need to go back and cut all the door stops that go around it. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. The subscribers are what drive me to continue doing what I'm doing. And I appreciate each and every single one of you, even though there's a lot of you. But I love that there's a lot. I'd like to be more. If there's not more, it's okay. I'll still do this. Just more would be better than less. Yeah, make sure you leave your questions and comments down below, and in a later video I'll be doing a question and answer video and addressing all these things that are said. If you want to jump ahead and watch this entire series, please consider going over to my Patreon account, which is linked in the description below, and making a small contribution to my channel. All that money goes back into projects that I do for you, as well as hopefully on a second builds. And if you would share this to your favorite social media, that'd be awesome. Greatly appreciated. Spread the word. Spread some love, guys. Spread the love. Next video, I will be continuing to work on this door frame. No, don't jump. No, don't jump. Peanut.
I'm sorry, I just want to kiss her some lovings.
You're such a love rat. So much love.
Oh yeah, dude. That's aggressive petting. I'm reporting you.
What is that?
It's probably fleas or a tick or I don't know, dude.